Dragon Ball Super Episode 42, otherwise known as Everyone Let's Just Laugh at Goku for no apparent reason. Hello there, beautiful friends from around the world. I'm going to be your host, Blackenfist, and this is my review of Dragon Ball Super Episode 42. After Universe 6's victory, Bulma and the gang all do what they normally do, celebrate, causing a scene kind of reminiscent of Bulma's birthday party in Battle of Gods, and because of that, they want to subdue Beerus when he comes to join. We get confirmation here that Monaka is a delivery man in his normal life, you could say. I like the idea of, these guys having these quasi-normal jobs, universal delivery man being normal. But it turns out that this whole episode really revolves around Monaka's secret, and I use that word in quotations, secret, because I wasn't aware that Monaka being weak was supposed to be a secret. I thought that it was very glaringly obvious to the audience, which it is, to us the audience, and to the cast more importantly, but apparently not. Despite this being a secret, everyone seems to know about it except for Goku. Now, the reason this is important is because King Zeno, the Omni-King, whatever you want to call him, will be very upset with Beerus if he found out he was lying. To me, this just seems like a facade to facilitate this plot in this episode, but we'll brush that off for a minute. The whole episode essentially is Goku trying to fight Monaka because he is the only character that doesn't realize that Monaka is weak. This sort of bothered me because how is it that everyone else, even Bulma, the non-fighter characters, are in on this and Goku is not? I understand this is just for the antics. This is so we can see all the crazy, wacky stuff to happen. I couldn't help but feel it was a bit of out of character that Goku was the only one out of the loop here, being experienced in fighting as he is. But there is one thing that really did upset me, and that was when we said we can't have Goku find out because then we'll have to think about something else to motivate Goku to be stronger. That pissed me off. Because isn't Beerus stronger than Goku? Granted, that isn't defined. Goku has gotten so much stronger since they first met. It's not really definitive who is stronger, but then again, that's just it. It's not definitive who is stronger, Goku or Beerus. Why do they have to lie about Monaka's strength? Let's say Goku is stronger than Beerus. Why not lie about Beerus' strength instead? They could easily do that, couldn't they? But I guess if we did that, we wouldn't have this plot now, would we? Besides Beerus, Whis is definitely stronger than Goku, and he could serve as motivation for Goku to become stronger. So once again, saying that Monaka is serving as motivation pissed me off because first of all, it's not clear whether Goku has even surpassed Beerus. Whis is definitely stronger, and then on top of all this, anyone who knows Goku's character knows he doesn't need someone stronger than him for motivation to get stronger. He's already, as a character himself, motivated to get stronger no matter what. So, I understand it's maybe fanboy, maybe it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things, but that kinda ticked me off. Regardless of that, Mr. Satan now wants to make Monaka his mascot for his gym, which I actually found quite amusing. So he actually made a suit of him, which I have no problem with. This eventually led to Beerus getting into the suit to trick Goku that he was fighting Monaka. The fight was okay, it wasn't terrible. I don't think it overstayed its welcome. It hit its spots, and as a whole setup, it was okay. It wasn't anything extraordinary. Like I said before, the gags here were all about keeping Goku in the dark. But see, that was the problem. Although the fight itself was okay, the facade around it really didn't make sense to me because if this is supposed to be a secret, why is it that everyone else knows about this and Goku doesn't? Of course, the only reason is because we wouldn't have the funny antics with Beerus fighting in a Monaka suit, and then we wouldn't have a pretty funny scene of Puar turning into Beerus. All I'm trying to say is, although the fight and the antics are somewhat okay, the way they are explained and the way how the situations arise seem pretty flimsy. It's pretty obvious that they're just doing this because they want a crazy fun episode, and I don't think they put much thought into how this is all supposed to fit. but whatever. More importantly to the future plot, they do talk about the Universal Tournament, or Dragon Ball Multiverse. You can read that fanfiction. So anyway, Whis talks about this fanfiction tournament that they're gonna do, and it does seem that this might be the next arc, which disappoints me to say the least. Now, it's not 100% concrete so far, which I hope it isn't, but they were talking about how Goku needs to get stronger for that tournament, and they're not sure what will happen to Earth if Goku doesn't win. But you know what, I'll talk about that when the time comes, if that time comes, if that is true that they're doing that arc, which I really hope they don't, because, I mean, there's no secret. I have been I think I've been fair to Super. I've enjoyed Super. I've been honest when I haven't liked something in Super, like in this episode. But if they are going to do the multiverse fanfiction tournament, I will be... Let's just say, if you think I've been too generous to Super and I've been fanboying too much over it, that's going to quickly go away if this is true. Let's just say that much. You might see me turn into Xeon, quite frankly, if this is really true, because the mere thought of this actually does get me mad. But anyway, guys, that has been my review of episode 42. It was pretty much a filler episode. You could pretty much say that. But, you know, and quite honestly, although I do like the slice of life type episodes in Dragon Ball, this is probably the weakest one out of almost all of them, but whatever. I mean, I still enjoy the slice of life stuff, even though this was not the strongest moment. But anyway, guys, if you enjoyed my thoughts, if you enjoyed this review, please subscribe to the channel, as I will bring you more Dragon Ball Super reviews as soon as they come out. But anyway, guys, until next time, I'm Blackenfist, and I'm out.